Hello to you strips and my wee bugs and my subscribers and fellow Celtic fans. I'm here with you as usual every Sunday. So I'm going to share with you some my match commentaries, my views about current about last Celtic matches. So news is that Jota has signed a contract. He came back to Celtic. He scored a goal in the first match, but that's after. Plus, he stays with Celtic for almost 6 years, so he will stay. So that's the news. So still waiting for we're still waiting as Celtic fans for, as you know, our new striker. We hope so that that Celtic will have a striker. That's when this transfer window closes. Because Celtic is in need of striker, as you know. Since we lost Kyogo, we need his caliber striker. So, but thanks God. I mean, thank you, man. Seriously, thank you, everyone, for your Jota back. Jota is back. So, man, seriously. So, woo! Be pure happy here. Here use Emma Glasgow genuine. We traffic on it and Celtic dafty, as you know. So the day. I share with you my scenario I want to talk about, you know. So first of all, I'm going to talk about my commentaries and views about last matches of Celtic. Then I'm going to talk a bit about transfer window in a Celtic way continues. Plus, as I mentioned, Jota back, 5.5 years contract. Then I'm going to talk about first part of, I'm going to show us around, so it'll be we gander around Southside of Glasgow. So I'm going to share with that some stories and history about that. Southside of Glasgow part 1. That's because Southside of Glasgow has 64 parts. So I'm going to divide it into 2 parts. So next time, second part, right? So and I mentioned about the story behind Glasgow's neighbourhoods and how they got their names. So that'll be fucking great, man. Here I have my new microphone here. It's a fluffy one. So by the way, I'm working on my, as you know, my sound quality. So that's how I have my microphone here. So let's get started, man. Get started. So, what's your views about Celtic match with Aston Villa? They were playing in England, so I think that's a bit tough because English league is the English league, English level, different level. It's here level, I suppose. Different ways of training. So it's pure tough, pure hard to win a game with them. So if Aston Villa, it's one of the top clubs in England. So that's, I mean, but Celtic did their best, and this fucking match, you know, Celtic did their best. What a pure brilliant performance that was. I have to praise my Celtic. I have to praise my Celtic boys that. What performance but a fucking fantastic, pure brilliant performance they gave us. So I have to admit this. It was pure brilliant performance of Celtic with Aston Villa. Aye, he lost 4-2, but I mean, it doesn't change the fact that that was a great performance. So I think first 5 minutes wasn't great. So that's because Aston Villa scored 2 goals already. All the Celtic fans were like, I was not just buzzing, man. I was so nervous. I was so scared. I was feared way bit. But what happened? After that was astounding. I was astounded, man. Celtic just scored 2 goals 2 goals in 2 minutes as well. So Celtic answered these 2 goals. Celtic fought back. That was great performance. So Celtic scored 2 goals and Celtic fought back. The Aston Villa. So hundreds of people doubted Adam Ida. But here we have, man. Here we have. He scored 2 goals with Aston Villa. And I think that's meant a world to him. He was pure happy. Plus, she scored as well in the day's match with Motherwell. So that's Ida came back. So Ida was a hero of the match. Plus, our great hero Kasper Schmeichel as well. So the match with Aston Villa was what a match that was, trips. I was just shouting with my hoops. Did I have a celebration, Debbie? Maybe after. To calm my nerves, calm my nerves down, calm myself down to laugh, but alright. So let's talk about that match with Aston Villa. So that was, as I said, they scored twice in 2 minutes, 3 in the first 5 minutes. So it also a bit horrible to watch, man, the match Celtic Aston Villa. So that was kind of start. Do you remember that Dortmund vibes? That's how I felt. They just started, the Celtic started the match with Aston Villa. I had a feeling that with Dortmund, when Dortmund hammered Celtic 7-1, remember that? So that was, it gave me Dortmund type vibes. So, and I thought at the point, that I could anything that I wanted it to be. So this could be an absolute, man, epic humiliation, the grand scale, as you know, but on the way I not recover. So, for years. So, and I think all our critics expected that happen. It didn't happen. So, what many of us feared, many of Celtic fans feared that absolutely that happened, didn't come to pass. So, instead, we rallied. As you know, that not that we rally, but we get that almighty fright. We get that fright. We fought back. We answered with that 2 goals, Aston Villa. So you can only just speculate on what happened. We had full strength and full power against Blazing. Celtic stayed available to listen. Celtic available is that the match with Aston Villa. Remember that we lacked in that match with Aston Villa. Celtic lacked our main striker Kyogo. Maeda was sitting on the bench. Plus trusty Carter Vickers. Imagine that a situation when Maeda was there or Kyogo. That situation would be different, but it was what it was. So the weirdest thing that happened at that match with Aston Villa is that it wasn't Kyogo's absent at all. That the heart made the most. It was the absence of Maeda and Carter Vickers, as I mentioned. Maeda, who got red card, that obviously had to sit on the bench, and Carter Vickers. It was more than anything else, man. That's because Carter Vickers played with Aston Villa. I think defensive performance doesn't look like that. So, that defence, as you know, we would have played more composure, man. And then we would have better class of the player bringing on the bench. So as I say that, I believe that even though Kyogo still at the club, that a Celtic club, as you know. Brendan Rodgers have gone with something that way anyway. So it's so sanguine about letting Kyogo go. That was irresponsible. I still think that was irresponsible, highly irresponsible to let Kyogo go. But I don't think I could play Kyogo for the start, so that being even available. And I think so. So and it made a difference in those closing stages of that bring to Daniel Cummings instead where a bing I would be bring Kyogo on instead. That promptly Cummings. So as you know, we lost 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. In the second half as well. But I didn't think we were after the break. We were better before the break. So Aston Villa had to win the game. So that's meant we didn't have as much at stake, man. So we are missing key players, as I mentioned. So that was a crucial difference. It made a crucial difference here. But aside with Carter Vickers, Tierney, Jota, Maeda, a better striker of Kyogo's calibre, that'll change the loss of the match. But would have made a different game, man. Aye, completely different, as you know. Losing a goal like that was because of Kyogo. If it was a young boy, Murray, My mistake only brings light to the my point to talk about border context. So so that I think one player is Glasgow genuine hero traffic on there. I think one player had made the manager's decision to design saying Jota, like very, very simple. And Ito, this is young. So essentially it's nowhere near the quality needed to play for Celtic. So if you watch him for a year and a half now, just as you know, but it isn't too early to make that judgment, as you know. So that one is signed, sealed, and delivered. I'm not saying that Young is a bad player, but he just woefully miscasting that. I just got a bit miles short of the level needed to play a Champions League. You know, he doesn't deserve that. So as a Celtic fan, I'm very proud of Celtic for that match with Aston Villa. I'm very proud because that was fantastic, the brilliant performance. I'm pure proud of what Celtic did, especially in the first half. They fought back. They answered 2 goals. And they showed maturity, composure, and the determination, attacking football. I have this for Celtic side at the level for a long time, man. So, as we all know, most Celtic sides in the past 10 years, just, you know, they maybe even longer and there's lost those even early goals that have collapsed, man. So, has almost collapsed. And I'm trying to come back into that game. So, I never would have been able to do it, man. So, this side has grown and matured as beyond dispute. And I think you have to run quickly, very quickly. Celtic has to run very, 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 very quickly. Have you seen zombies on the horizon? I can't see them, sorry. It's just us, Celtic. We lead. We are leaders. We are fucking leaders. We reign in Glasgow. So thanks to us, Glasgow's green and white, right? Glasgow's your side, right? So put your traffic cones on and the hoops. Let's knock zombies off. See them, away you go. Sling your hook. Alright, so what I'm going to say just now is the match. Alright, yes, my dear ones. Is the match we I should say Motherwell. So as you know, Jota come back in the second half. So that was a pure fucking dead brilliant match. Something felt strange there, as you know, but it wasn't exactly the same. We lacked Kyogo, but I'm focusing on that this time that happened today. The Jota came back, as I mentioned. He signed 5.5 years contract with Celtic again. He came back after 18 months. He came back where he belongs. He came back to Glasgow where he belongs. He came back to Celtic where he belongs. And the fans just love him. Fucking love him, man. So Jota is our star. Again. So your Glasgow genuine and Celtic Dafty is going to comment that match, you know. That was fantastic match. Good performance. Some lacks in defense, but sometimes sloppy in the second half. But that as a whole, I can commend that match. Celtic really Motherwell that simply hammered them. We hammered them. It would have been, as I mentioned, with the one thing I don't agree with that Celtic and Motherwell match. There's one thing, that in the first half, it should have been 3-1. Did you remember that Adam Ida scored a corner goal? A corner. I don't think that was offside. But of course, referee disallowed a goal for Celtic. That's the usual situation, man. You have to expect it as Celtic fans, you know. Sometimes, maybe not sometimes, but you have to expect this. Expect this, and you have to stick to it. That we as Celtic receive Henderson knockouts all the time at disallowing goals. So I can't agree with that situation that he disallowed that goal. But let's continue. Let's continue that Celtic Motherwell match. So plus it should have been 3-0 because as a whole, because Callum McGregor passed the ball badly. I mean, he just made a mistake now, and then one of the striker from Motherwell who just scored a goal. So, but that was just one. So let's be pure happy for that. So let me comment that match. So I was so less than half an hour into the second half, Celtic debut, Jota. But I see on the 3 points for the Celtic. So all the grounds, Aaron Morris my area on the two extremely well, man. So what goes by days Maida, Adamida, and of course they proved that way for and it's important 3-1 away, and they made win over Motherwell. So Brendan Rodgers was pleased, man, with pure pleased with the performance. That always, you know, that's it threatened to score more goals. They also had to be for a couple of years, and they checked off, man. So the result have comprehensively matched the display. So as you know, so he said, I thought the performance, Brendan Rodgers, of course, it was very good. We started fast in the game, but scored a really, really good goal. Playing forward, running forward. So that Daisy Maida comes in the back post. So I got us in a good place. So in the game, but therefore, in the game, we just had a couple of moments in the first half when we were a fraction deep whenever the ball broke down. Ended up being a counter press, and they were able to organise a whole team. So I like how we controlled. It was a great control over a game. Celtic dominated. And 2-1, because sometimes 2-1 it's when it takes that long throw or a corner. So they control those moments really, really well. So, and I think I deserved the score right at the very end. So it's nothing so really pleased from that gate to the game. So on a difficult surface, the guys played and they were really well because it was quite bubbly, really. Not all second half, man. We are dynamic, we are fluid. As there were moments in the game, but unfortunately, we'll have to go third goal earlier. So, the third goal that come in daytime, you know, the Jota kept his return in a fine state to put an icing, another sweet move, as you know. So, as what his Brendan Rodgers said about Jota as well. So that was a pure brilliant performance of Jota. He just came back, he scored a goal for Celtic again. That was pure brilliant, man, seriously. So Brendan Rodgers said he's been challenging 18 months. He's not at physical level that we would want him to be at. Just step by step, bring him into the game. He built on that fitness, but you can see undoubted quality. That was really pleasing. Jota has that quality, that intuition, that pace. He has everything the star should have. So the half hour or so was Jota's first appearance under Brendan Rodgers. However, no fewer than 229 of Conor McGregor's 500 games have been played under the Brendan Rodgers, alright? So that was pure fucking dead brilliant match, troops. Pure fucking dead brilliant match. So let me comment that match, but that was a wee bit of Jota and that. So, after Champions League exploits, the midweek champs return to domestic action, so it was a 3-1 victory on Motherwell at Fair Park. So, first things to go to Dyson Maeda, Adam Maeda. So, as it says, got off my perfect start when either minute played, Dyson Maeda found the back of the net. So, after some lovely passing, as you know, it is outside the box on the left hand side, but they found its way to Anthony Ralston at right wing. But the right back whipped across towards the back post, and then where Dyson was waiting to head one. Across, got away with that Motherwell keeper at 1-0. The next 12 minutes, also Brendan Rodgers, men were uncomfortable, man. And the game continued to move that ball over to the left one. That was the away to where Taylor, McGowan, and the Hatate made that, and we're linking that brilliantly, man. Pure perfection, man. Then 23rd minute, just the match came a draw themselves. So, as you know, the ball in box for Dom Thompson is if like a bit off Austin Trusty, and they're straight back in their Armstrong. So, that's a smashed his effort beyond Kasper Schmeichel, man. So, and he make 1-1. So, they appear to shove Carter Vickers, as you know, Armstrong, and they managed to level up a goal. However, the goal was given, the game was level. So, Motherwell's equaliser seemed to spark the champions back in the life now. So, the other 30 minutes. So, that's just Glock hoops that lead again. So, once again, goals were brilliant. Like, the play after it, I still to Rio Hatate, Luke McGowan, Dyson Maeda. I had some fair ball across the face and go towards Adamida, who knocked it, man, to cross in for close range. Just over 5 minutes after, the Celts almost took a 2-goal lead at Luke McGowan. Flipped it, crossed it from corner, so even evaded. So entire Motherwell defence, as you know, I found Dyson Maeda unmarking it back in the post in the Japanese first header crypt, just waited a target. So at the same Celtic do it linked it against 40 minutes. When McGowan clipped a clever ball out of him, the side of it, and 2 days in past and his effort just outside the 6 box, sailed over the bar, as you know. So it was a 5 minutes, a second half. So the Champions League have the 3-1. I think they were Hatate sensational ball third, which found Adam Ida, sorry. The Irishman attempted to flash back across face the goal, so but attention, but I remember the red defender. So VR came to home sides as usual. Rescue has judging Ida has been offside, but he wasn't offside. I mentioned I can't agree with that, troops. Celtic had the ball in the net again. Our Marcus threw Nicholas Kuhn, who produced an acrobatic overhead kick to find the target. Once again, the goal was ruled out as well. So the Hoops were in full control of the game. Fucking control, full control, you know. So a second half, a 65-minute going, Ida and the rather boss of edge of box had into Motherwell trips to keep her completely beaten one. So just after Ida's attempt to Brendan was a bringing like McGowan and Nicholas Kuhn after replacing the Arnie Engels at Jota. So we are receiving a warm welcome back for a Celtic faithful. So Celtic continued to press forward and to search 3 points. Also with some work areas. It was excellent all afternoon, but it also got the Hoops backline. So aim for a work in the Knifey, the race Motherwell attack. So 3 minutes left to play. Jota picked up the ball, left wing, and drove towards the edge of the box. He managed to find a space for a, as I mentioned, for a shot and a goal, but I keep occasion on the Motherwell keeper and icon it. So I just have to keep a figure on it. So, however, I was stopping Jota Winger's effort in the 4th minute, which sealed a 3-1 victory. What a pure brilliant goal that was, man. Seriously. So that was pure brilliant match. Pure fucking brilliant match, you know. So let me tell you that Jota is delighted to come back to Celtic, to come back to Glasgow. He said that it's a wee bit nostalgic to him because that he feels like at home here. He was just missing Celtic, as you know. So is that what Jota said? It's such an amazing moment for me, and I couldn't have written it better. In the end, it's just a matter of believing that faith. I can always believe that a ball that given to me and it happened in the end. So which is a very personal moment to share with the Celtic fans. I was just like remembering the old teams. And I think I had an amazing journey. And coming back, I just want to continue that. And as for them, I think I still need a time to get back fit based on that kind. So I do take time, obviously, but I'm here to work hard every day in order to achieve that. The day I was very good, but football always keeps going. Tomorrow is another day and we focus again. It's better just think day by day and enjoy that for as long as we can. So we know the important things come back future, just about living life, and that feels today and enjoy this moment with the Celtic fans. So he loves Celtic so much, troops. So that it's pure dead brilliant. And I think Jota loves Glasgow and Celtic, so as me. The things he loves about Glasgow is the people, atmosphere, feel like at home, a sense of belonging. Celtic, of course. So, because it doesn't matter where you're from, Glasgow always calls you back. Is that sense of belonging, freedom, happiness. I feel that emptiness in your heart. That's what Glasgow means to me, man. That's what Glasgow gave me, everything, fucking everything, you know. I can tell you that this amazing city by the Clyde is where I and my head belong. It's where I feel pure happy, accomplished, free, frisky, alive, and that emptiness in my heart is felt. Jota came back to Glasgow because this is his home and place where he feels pure happy and accomplished. And of course, most of all, he came back for Celtic because he loves Celtic and Celtic fans with his whole heart. So, know this, troops. Celtic is a special club. And Glasgow is a special place. You just don't realise that until it's gone. So always remember the birds in mind, you know. I wanted to add something about transfer window in a Celtic way. You know what that means? Transfer window in a Celtic way. What does it mean? A Celtic transfer window in a Celtic way. Do we have any striker? Someone in mind? So a Celtic striker, no? How's that? I don't know. Because Celtic just leaves everything at the last moment. So it's a transfer window in a Celtic way. So the easiest, Celtic of course made it complicated. The simplest transfer window in years, man, seriously. So that was, as you know, I was the others that's windy. It's I can add something that there's less than a week to go before the windy closes, and they have so much to do, man. And because we leave things as we're a Celtic, leaves things at the last moment, so it's shockingly it's time is running. Really get done. It's scenario. Instead of rain making, think you go. It was utterly unnecessary. It was irresponsible for the Celtic board, as I mentioned. So after scrambling to replace our most critical players and squad, Celtic is desperate to have another striker of Kyogo's calibre, you know. Now that Tierney, the Tierney pursuit looked doomed for this Wendy. So it was left now. We are left trying to find a stopgap at the left back position. So I hope someone just get a week ago. They start prepared properly in the summer, you know, and the only guests my minor twixt that squad are evaporating, as you know. Yes, Glasgow genuine. Right. Just reminding myself, just. Alright, so I hope so just a week ago, I just not prepared properly for the summer, so and I might make minor tweaks in the squad for evaporating. So instead, we're looking for a major overhaul, man. So that completely avoidable that done our business properly sooner than this. So we had a soft left back issue in the summer, as you know. So playing a player who couldn't genuinely challenge Greg Taylor but hoist him out. So that's starting there for Veronica. That's right about his conviction. There's also a choice player, man. We had deserves first choice wages, man. Self-inflicted again. We knew Kyogo might leave. We didn't get a striker in the start of the windy. We're both didn't think about it that time. Why does the club insist on the leaving business on their dying days now? Like a misstep slaves use with no time to recover. The margins of coming out, there's windy, stronger and new resource in. So we can only register 3 players of Europe for Europe. That turn is going to one back in Valley. Has already left. I've just left back and there's no argument about it. I had the Champions League games like Adam Montgomery in that position, so it takes us it would be a disgrace, man. So especially when I have 70 million in the bank, pounds in the bank. So how do we keep Kyogo last summer? So that was like Kyogo last summer. We have a lot of that trouble. We had been proactive, with the market. So no one Valley might go. Terry might not arrive. It wouldn't be left with 5 days ago to go wondering how our team will look like, This January, Wendy, probably the simplest one in years. So saying the left side attacker may be strengthened on the other area. So that's it, man. Here we are, patching up key possessions and hoping for the best, The result of complete lack of strategic planning, as I mentioned, and baffling insistence on leaving business at the possible month. So why do I have a bad feeling about the end of a stick and plaster solutions again? I hope that Celtic will find a striker to the end of a fucking January windy, man. Seriously. Alright. Here I am with your Glasgow genuine Celtic daft. Woo! So, the new I wanted to share with you. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to talk about Glasgow Southside. So, the new, but first part of the day, is that me Glasgow genuine? And Celtic daft. Alright. So. Is that me again? Alright. Gonna check it out. Is that once again me? Or is that me, your Glasgow genuine and Celtic daft? Alright, let's continue before I get more fucking crazy, So let's continue that way. I'm going to get more crazy. More crazy than it. So alright. So, be serious, just no woman. Lassie, did you? So, the new, I'd love to talk about. So come with me, my dear fellow Celtic fans, my subscribers, and the other as well, and the rest. And I'll show you around the Glasgow Southside. I can assure you that Glasgow Southside is packed with history, with some hundreds of curious facts, man. Mysterious places and that, Even you can find parents or some facts about ancient history, even ruins of the castle. But let me take you for a weekend there. That's your Glasgow genuine. Shows around Glasgow Southside, which is really pure fucking dead brilliant and beautiful, right? So let me tell you, I'm going to, in my first part of Southside Wegander, I'm going to talk about, let me tell you, I'm going to talk about Govan, Lendhus, Hillington, Penley, Cardonald, Craigton, Ibrox, Bellahouston, Crookston, Corker Hill, Moss Park, Maxwell Park, Pollok Shows, Mansfield, Pollok, Darnley, Pollok Country Park, Carwardy, Darnley, Prest Hill, Park House, Holmwood House, Canning Park, Nets Hill, Raff's Muscle, Cessnock Plantation, and Kingston. Maybe if I manage Gorbals, right? So let's get started, troops. So I'm going to start with Govan. As you know, Govan is the oldest part of Glasgow. So it was established around 564 AD. But it was, I'm saying that it was the first part of Glasgow, the oldest part of Glasgow, but it was the medieval part of Glasgow. So it didn't belong to Glasgow at first. So it was established just before Glasgow was ever established. It was established. So as I mentioned, in 564 AD. So Govan was a settlement for Vikings. So as I mentioned, Govan. So Vikings came to Govan between 9th and 11th century. So 900 and 1100 AD. So Vikings came to Govan. It wasn't in Glasgow, not at all. It was just Govan. First settlement invaded by Vikings. So as you know, the traces of the Vikings there. So Vikings. So you can visit, as you know, Old Govan Parish Church. The date dates back till 600 AD. So you can find in the Old Govan Parish Church the hogback stones. Hogback stones commemorate hogbacks. They commemorate the Vikings, as I mentioned, the very first settlers of Govan. Then you can find the other stones, Govan stones. They commemorate the rulers of Kingdom of Strathclyde. So you can go you can go the Govan on foot, because there is the new bridge, Govan Partick Bridge. You have to pass the Riverside Museum, so that's the Swivella Bridge. Govan Partick Bridge, but it's a nickname, Swivella Bridge. So if you want to go on foot, so you can go straight to Glasgow City Centre, as you down the Clyde side, after straight back, down the road through the Fenestone and the Stopcourse Green, Clyde Distillery. You can pass by the Armadillo Hydro, the Clyde Distillery, as I mentioned. You can go a little bit further. So there is the Riverside Museum. You can cross that bridge. You are in Govan. If you want to go on foot, but if you know, there is a subway, still subway, you know. So you have to take if you are at city centre, you can take the outer circle tree, and get off at Govan. So that's right, man. So let me continue. So as I mentioned, Govan is a medieval part of Glasgow, so it's packed with fucking history, man. Seriously. So Govan has the charm with that red sandstone tenements, the industrial past, shipbuilding powerhouse, you know. As you know, in Govan we have Fairfield, the greatest Fairfield shipyard. So that was just a wooden shipyard around 1841, owned by the pioneer of shipbuilding, called father of shipbuilding on the Clyde. He was called Robert Napier. Then it moved to the John Elder. It became the John Elder and Co., who was a pioneer in shipbuilding as well, around 1860-64. And then William Pierce renamed the shipyard Fairfield Shipbuilding Engineering Company around 1880s, 1888, alright? So there is a park across the Fairfield. Across Fairfield is a park, Elder Park. So named after the name was given by the Isabella Elder, to commemorate her late husband. Of course, who was that? John Elder. So here is half troops. In 1885, that was Elder Park, pure romantic one. Even as the day, pure charming. Seriously, trust me. You're Glasgow genuine here. And these grounds at Celtic Park, sorry. Still thinking about Celtic now. And these grounds where Elder Park is situated just now were called Limehouse. Here you have the ruins of the once mansion. So that mansion was built by the Glasgow City Chamberlain, John Strail, around 1791. So it belonged to the that was as well belonged to the Robert Watson in around 1820s, and belonged to the Stevens and Sons Limehouse shipyard, the greatest after Fairfield shipyard in Govan. Because in Govan we had 3 greatest shipyards. As I mentioned, Govan was a shipbuilding powerhouse. So around 1869, right? So the new is just ruins, but we have to remember all that was just new. Premises of Limehouse shipyard for 1869 as well. So here we have in Elder Park, we have magical Elder Library, founded around 1903 by Andrew Carnegie. Plus, we have community center, Pierce Institute. So that was called after William Pierce. Aye. Pioneer of shipbuilding, who named Fairfield Shipbuilding Engineering Company. All right. It was built around 1906. The Pierce Institute, but as you know, every part of Glasgow has its own community centre. So that was kind of community centre for Govan community. The Pierce Institute people met there to play, to have a wee blather, to chat, that was just what I mean. Plus, Golly Junction, the oldest part, Boozer in Govan, pub. We have that. Else we have in Govan. I met something here or no? Let me think of Elysium, the Elysium Theatre. That was called first Elysium Theatre. Please, great theatre in Govan. Govanese, no Glaswegians, remember. But it was a pure brilliant theatre. The new, around 1930, that Elysium was rebuilt. It became Elysium Superb Cinema, as you know. It's renovating the new. I heard. I hope so. Aye. So Govan was a separate borough around 1864. As I mentioned, plus what else? Govan became a part of Glasgow. So Glasgow annexed Govan around 1912. As Glasgow annexed every part and different years, year by year or longer. It took longer. So, but Glasgow took Govan around 1912. But as you know, in Govan had a different patron. It isn't St. Kentigern. It is Constantine, who was the ruler of Kingdom of Strathclyde. So it's even different patron here. So as you know, that's purely brilliant, So what I want to mention is that something about Govan just now. So it is that Govan is pure dead brilliant part of Glasgow. So don't omit Govan. It means Govan for Gaelic Govan. It means originally place for a smith, but first appears in 1136, and it means grill hill. So this is Govan. Just don't miss it, alright? So next part what I've said about Govan, is a part of Govan, smaller district of Govan, smaller borough of Govan, but it belongs to Govan as Limehouse. So a district within Govan, so between Shildhill and Fairfield, on the south bank of the Clyde. So Limehouse lays that 3 miles west of Glasgow. So, Saesener Lighthouse had been a property, has been a property of Sprules for centuries, man, about Celtic Glasgow bunker. Robert Watson has to be a classical mansion, as I mentioned, in 1820s. So a community grew in association with shipbuilding, particularly Alexander Stephen and Sons. There was a shipyard that established in 1870s, a Lighthouse shipyard. So they built more than 500 passenger liners, cargo vessels, warships. 124 workers were killed. And the definite disaster when a ship capsized while being launched. It was bad. It was the shipyard comedian building only served apprenticeship. So that district faced decline from 1960s along with the shipbuilding industry. A clay tunnel, often referred to a Lighthouse tunnel, so was built between 1957 and 64. So connecting Lighthouse with White Inch, went opposite bank of the river. So Lighthouse Housing Association was established in 1974, and now representative of the oldest housing association in Glasgow. So next part of the south side of Glasgow is Hillington. It's a smaller borough, but still, the area view of Hillington, as you know, is industrial estate looking north in the 1850s. So, in the main Glasgow Paisley railway line marks the division. So, between Houston, Glasgow, and the industrial area. So, most of it lies in Renfrewshire, but a labour force was drawn largely for Glasgow. A first industry estate, man. So, it can Scott Hillington has the new standards. So the design of provision of industrial commercial premises, as you know, set up in 1937, and the year 84 factories had been left. So as you know, rearmament followed by the Second World War, man. So ensure that the industries and estate thrived and provided employment for around 18,000 workers at a peak. Next part, south side, is Penley. It's also a smaller one, but still. And a small housing scheme and suburb of southwestern edge of Glasgow. It is bounded just east of the Glasgow suburbs, Cardonald and the Hillington. So on the west of the Renfrewshire border at farms of Ralston, the area is currently undergoing residential development. So Penley was branching in the city of Glasgow with a boundary extension in 1938. So, and work began on a planned community to house workers and the nearly Hillington. It's the industry estate, some evidence of modernist architecture. And this is a houses on the street on here, such as flat roofs, horizontal windows, and the balcony rails. Although most council house building was suspended for a duration of the Second World War, an exception was made a case apparently because of demand for homes. Workers, numerous ones, so were built on prefabricated materials such as foam slang. So Cardonald is a outlying suburb of the Glasgow. So formerly a village, as I mentioned, so and it's on the right. It's always a south as of say of bounded is the White Cartwar. So the area was Renfrewshire. In 1926, but also the village of Cardonald, Crookston, Hoffey, and their surrounding farmland were annexed to Glasgow. In 15th century, the lands of Cardonald and Renfrew were a property of Johannes Norman Vale, Dominus Cardonald, his daughters and Ernest. So Meron Stewart, daughter of Isabella Norwald, Norman Vale, Dominus and Cardon Vale. Sir William of Castlemilk married Alan Stewart, established the line of Stewarts Cardonald. So the Cardonald Stewarts were a junior branch of the House of Stewart. So Alan Stewart were Cardonald, first Stewart of Cardonald. Also was the younger son of Stewart, the first Earl of Lennox. The Cardonald Stewarts and their set place of Cardonald, also known as the Cardonald Castle or Cardonald House. built in around 1565. So it was demolished and replaced by the farmhouse. So the Cardonald Police Farm in 1848. So a corn mill existed in Cardonald for around 1787, 9, sorry, until it was demolished in 1958, sorry. The state Cardonald Mills is now occupied by the house. Wait, the terrace. So the line of Stuart's are going to that will be Alan's great grandson. So that was something that James Stuart Cardonald. He served a captain in the Scottish Guards of King's France. So the transformation of Cardonald from a rural to urban community was largely brought about the common railway, a tram in the 18th century. So the first railway to reach Cardonald was the Glasgow Paisley Greenock Railway via station, the known as Moss Road Station. So opening Berrynos Road in 1843. However, due to poor traffic returns, the station was closed around 1845. So in 1869, the present-day Cardonald Railway Station opened on the same site. So was mentioned as Cardonald. In around 1926, Glasgow Corporation bought the Cardonald estates for William Arthur Burt. So the final upstairs in-house building area took place in 1831, when most of the existing land disappeared via the building north, the Cardonald, the South Cardonald. So the House of Western Heritable Investment Company. So it's after 1935, as you know, North Cardonald. It's mostly the owner, occupied houses and council homes, owned by Glasgow Corporation, the predecessor of Glasgow City Council. Aye, therefore. For South Cardonald was mostly composed by the private rented cottage flats. So Craigton, another smaller part of Glasgow, so it's Southside, that's Craigton. So as I mentioned, is that a residential suburb is the south side of Glasgow, so your Glasgow genuine here, your traffic coming is going to continue just now. Alright, so Craigton is south side of Glasgow, so it's located approximately 3 miles the city centre, Glasgow city centre, so it's bordering the Aston Park to south of Hopefully now the west now. So the Cardonald beyond. So the area was historically farming land for Govan. So it is nearby to the North Cross the Motorway. And Inverclyde line railway tracks. A pedestrian underpass previously I wrote was off one side trams and bus operator. So that is north of Craigton under the motorway, the Craigton Road. So that was within Drummoy neighbourhood. Historically, the Craigton Road was area occupied by Craigton Farm, but was Fuela Estate, Craigton House. It was acquired by built the Craigton neighbouring wars. The area has an enormous primary school, opened in 1910. So Craigton Cemetery is mainly to the west. The Craigtons opened in 1873. So the cemetery grounds contained a crematorium and opened in 1957. The east is Helen Street Police Station. What else? Next one is fucking Ibrox. If you are Celtic fans, stay away from Ibrox, but I have to talk about it here because it's a part of Govan, a smaller borough of Govan, Glasgow Southside. So Ibrox is a suburb of Glasgow, south side of Glasgow, so it's situated south of the River Clyde. It's a part of the long borough of Govan, as I mentioned. So the origin of the name Ibrox is unclear because we do not have for sure. So we may derive for a Cambric, Northern Brittonic Broch, Brox, or by Gaelic Achbruch. So it's meaning Badgerford, but it's unconfirmed. So as I said, walking distance of the Pacific Quay, Media Park, Huis in BBC Scotland and it's the Vienna production company on the Glasgow Science Centre. So the opening Clyde provides a road connection to the other side of the River Clyde. So Ibrox is served by Ibrox subway station, the Glasgow subway system. Ibrox Primary School is a primary school located in Edmiston Drive, the main route through Ibrox, directly across. Doesn't matter what. The building was designed by Bruce and Hayes, opened in 1906. Alright, doesn't matter. Bellahouston Park is pure the brilliant park. Troops is there we find the Macintosh house for Altlover. So who's ever been there? Suppose you were. Smashing Park, smashing Macintosh house. I've been there, so if you love Macintosh, that's if you love that. If you love Macintosh, by the way, that's a great place. For a fantastic day out. Alright, so Bellahouston, now there is a kind of smaller borough of Govan, as mentioned. So Bellahouston is a parish of Govan parish. It's not western verge of country. Near Govan, so town, the Ashpass of Glasgow, because it's 1869, so I did 1971, so a population of over 2,000 people. So a post town is Govan, under Glasgow. It contains Bellahouston House, Bellahouston Villa, Bellahouston Farm, as a couple in, 9.5 feet deep. So Bellahouston Park, the park was extended. The Bellahouston Park was extended around 1901. But additionally, part of Dunbrick lands purchased for a sum of over £2,000. Sir John Maxwell part. A further addition was made in 1903. So it's England lands of Ibrox Hill. That cost £40,000. So commanding views of the sea are available. So around 1938, that was a famous Empire exhibition. It was held at the park. So the site looked at 14 months, but the cost of the admission was one of shilling. The mammoth attendance at 12.8 million was recorded at the Spadas. The exhibition was lost in £113,000. The day 200 palaces and pavilions that were built for the exhibition on the Palace of Art remains, as now serves as a sports excellence centre. A stone piece of built the exhibition once for Rock Garden. So around 1996, Charles Rennie Mackintosh's house for art lover. It was completed original drawings in 1901 and now serves a contemporary centre excellence for visual arts. Alright. Crookston, another part of south side of Glasgow. So it's a residential suburb on the southwestern edge of Glasgow. So to distinct geographically, separate neighbourhoods of the about 1 mile, apart from opposite sides of the White Cat, are known as a Crookston name. Owing to factors of development, both areas share the same main roads. And a full to Scottish parliamentary constituencies. But the northern, just a nip of coffee. Cardonald toward Glasgow City Council and within the G52 postcode zone. We have some areas in the greater Pollok what in the G53 postcode zone. The lands of Crookston were named after the feudal Anglo-Norman lord Robert Crook. So hence his name, he gave the name to Crookston, Crookston. So he was granted the dates of David First Scotland via Walter Fitzalan, around 1170s, and he soon built Crookston Castle. Down the Crook and Scottish Gaelic. With a small, no. So right in addition, the first wooden version of the castle. So that's the ruins of the castle remains just now, of the ruins of the Crookston Castle remain just now. So in Crookston, just Stuart of Darnley was surviving a stone version built in around 100s. A crook chapel constructed. So that's supposed to be a begin, so like it's a healthcare facility. The area which continues to the present era. The end north of the castle, between the Levern War and the Whitecart War, was forested and known as Crookston Wood. The Iron Age remains were found there during 1959 archaeological excavation. For several farms surrounding the castle also share a name Crookston House, and farms is the west. As I mentioned, Crookston Castle is a 15th century construction. It's surrounded by the defensive ring. It actually dates back to the 12th century. Sir Robert Crook built an earlier castle, as I mentioned, in Chapel now lost. Just ruins remains. He gave his name to the village of Crookston. The estate contained Crook Castle, was back in the Danish in the 14th century, and the Bel Air Castle here. Alright, Corker Hill, man. It's a smaller part of south side of Glasgow. It's Corker Hill, but let me tell you about it. Corker Hill, small district of Glasgow. This is from Glasgow's Corker Hill has been named Morby. Corker Hill Road. Alright, the south of Moss Park is 3 miles. South is City Centre. So that's one location of the Glasgow Paisley Johnston Canal. Corker Hill became associated with the railway, which follows the same route from Glasgow Centre to Paisley Canal stations. Moss Park and the lands of the east of the Henderson they incorporated to Glasgow in around 1909. They covered 72 hectares farmland, and this acquisition was prompted. But need to develop peripheral communities, they held the east, the sites notoriously high levels of congestion. So the background affairs were also crucially a part of the determining Moss Park's pioneering place in Glasgow cooperation housing programme. Around 1919, plans for reconstruction had been put in place that the central government was groundbreaking legislation with a compulsory for golfers and to implement planned cruising schemes. They underpinned the treasury subsidies. So as a result, Moss Park became most ambitious of the corporations amid the post-war developments. So another is Dunbrick, a smaller part of south side of Glasgow as well. The south side was West City Centre, bordered by Houston Park, at the west of the M78 Motorway, Pollok to the east one. They made Motorway, east and north. It is believed that a name comes from the name Dunbrick comes from the Gaelic Dunbrick, means hill speckled with daisies. So at the end of the 18th century, the land belonged to William Wardrop, and the Dunbrick house was just there. So it's sold the owner at Justin Belhouston Estate, so that changed the name to Belhouston House. So around the 19th century, the era past the Pollok Estate, the streets were later between 1888 and 1907. Houses are primarily Victorian 2-story villas are set up within large gardens, although a few have been demolished or replaced with flats. Maxwell Park, as I mentioned, that was one of the city's smallest parks, Glasgow's smallest park. So it's 21 acres, contained the bottom pond, a fountain made at Dalton, and of course erected in 1907. So in memory of John Hamilton, so that's a shoulder game. It became a parkland. The feature demolished in 1989. So alright. Next one is pure fucking that brilliant part of Glasgow called Shawlands. As I mentioned. So I mentioned about Shawlands, I don't know. Shawlands is very vibrant part of Glasgow, vibrant. It's pure fucking dead brilliant. Is that me, Glasgow? Genuinely, with traffic on it. Woo! Alright, so let me continue. We have traffic on it, alright? So, Sean's the south side suburb of Glasgow, so that was the Scotland's located 2 miles south of the Clyde. So, the area considered the heart of Southside, that is known in the independent restaurants, cafes, so very vibrant. Art scene, public parks, the Pier Tersen, Red Blue and Sandstone tenements. Shoreland's named after the best place in life in Scotland in 2022-23 by Sunday Times. Is one of the world's coolest neighbourhoods. But time at home of the Barrows Collection, Pollok House, the acclaimed Victorian Park. Queen's Park, Shorelands grew rapidly during the 19th century as Glasgow's boomed during its time the commercial powerhouse as a British Empire. Over time, a number of the inhabitants, largely artisanal and the industrial area, doubled and drew formation significant local businesses, as you know, such as Camphill Bakery up in 1847, following their rapid development, the village of Shorelands, 1819, Cathcart, 1812, and included Crossmillow. Parts of today's Shorelands Cross conversation area were absorbed into Glasgow during a southward extension, having previously been within the Eastwood parish in Renfrewshire. Pollok is another part of Glasgow, so it was, as mentioned, as autonomous borough in Renfrewshire. So before it became part of Glasgow in around 1912, so centre for October 1912, so borough status was granted, expanding the handloom within the village in the first provost of Folkshoes was Sir Maxwell Pollock, 17th Baronet, demonstrating the influence of the way about wealthy and when the family were in neighbourhoods. So I was around, as I mentioned, the 18th century Glasgow tobacco wealth, and that became the first major industrial enterprise. Pollock Shoes Brandfields company, the Maxwells also invested substantially in linen manufacture. The early 20th century Pollok Shoes had acquired increasingly diverse industry profile, important engineering works. The Barhead writer James Fisher created the legend of Pollok Shoes' distinctiveness for Glasgow in his comic poem, The Queer Folk in the Shoes. Certainly by the 1812, the community had developed in a way that seems quite the old-fashioned. The Glaswegian as tenements didn't dominate the urban landscape, many of the early weavers. Dwelling still remains. So, Manswood is a smaller part of Glasgow, because I mentioned a smaller part of Glasgow. So, Manswood is a residential district of Glasgow. So it's situated south of the River Clyde, as surrounded by the district of Eastwood, Hill Park, Pollokshoes in Glasgow, Thornbank, as a Giffnock in East Renfrewshire. So Manswood was originally Church of Glebe, so belonging to nearby Eastwood Parish Church. The name is derived from Manswood, referring to the trees which grew in the area. So a view at the junction of Alfreys Road, Thornbank Road and Manswood Road, which is the hill that descending. Pollock. For 1914, for the Pollock area consisted of fields, the farms include dairy farming, potatoes, with turning other crops. The Motherwell or Maxwell are occupied Pollock since to a century. So in 1747, descendant Sir John Sterling Maxwell built a manor of Pollok House. So that still exists today. So extent of the remains of a Crookston castle. So that's been 13th century associated Henry Darnley, son of Earl Lennox, and Mary Queen of Scots, you know. In 1934, as part of the plan, so the house people of Glasgow slums, Glasgow Corporation purchased land for Sir John Sterling Maxwell. With a house in the estate, Maxwell laid down straitened conditions the one for an estate must take, resulting that as the day old Pollock. So the house, we gardens, 3 bedrooms, with a separate scullery kitchen, and we'll have in a new world compared to overcrowded single end tape tenements, man, of Glasgow. For most of the residents came, so Pollok Park, man. Pollok Park, the best one ever. Pollok Park. As you ever, Pollok Park is pure dead brilliant. So if you ever be on the south side, Pollok Park, stay there in Pollok Park. Pure fucking dead brilliant atmosphere, the magic, woodlands. The best time to go there is around, I suppose, end of April, beginning of May. So if you want to go to Pollok Park, I'd love to go myself. I'd love to go to Pollok Park. So I've never been there. Nice times in Glasgow. I love Glasgow. Never been to Pollok Park, seriously. So so I'll be there. I promise you. And do some live videos. So plus the Pollok Barrows collection. Plus very fluffy, pure fucking fluffy and friendly Highland goose. Alright, so through which I wait a cartwar flows towards Paisley on the edge from the side of Glasgow. It was originally part of Old Pollok Estate, which was home to Maxwell family over 700 years. In 1866, Mrs. Anne Maxwell MacDonald gifted the house estate, including Pollok Park, the Glasgow Corporation, with the condition of a remained public park. In 1878, the Pollok Cricket Club was established. The show home ground is one of the several sporting facilities which ring the core of the park, including public playing fields, the Nether Pollok near Shawlands, and Norwood Pollok shields the private fields of Polyscottons, Hutchison's, Grammar School, Abbey Ground, Cardonald Queen's Park. Around 1954, the park also became home to Pollok Shaw's Bowling Club. The land donated to Sir John Maxwell, starring Maxwell at Pollok House. The club moved across Pollok Shaw's Road to celebrate its centenary. It's located near the Pollok Shaw's Western Railway Station on Glasgow Southwestern Line. There's also enough park and just its main entrance. Barrow's collection, pure the brilliant, a purpose-built building designed to hold at large. Eclectic antique art collection shipping magnate William Barrow, who donated a collection of the city of Glasgow. His death. Another feature of interest is the award winning fold of Highland Cow, the most accessible spacious in the majority of Scots. Is the greatest and the biggest part of Glasgow, the biggest park in Glasgow. So that's it, seriously. In 2004, 3 mountain bike routes were opened by a big cyclist cruise through Clyde Place, Mountain Govan. Pollok House was completed around 1752. It's extended in 1808. So, Dam and Maxwell MacDonald gifted the house and the park to people of Glasgow around 1966. National Trust of Scotland was founded in the smoking room, Pollok House, in 1932. The trust was therefore proud of the management property in 1988. So, visit Pollok Park. So, troops, that was the first. I have to finish the news. It will be too long. See how it's too much to talk about the south side of Glasgow. So, next time, I'm going to continue. So, next Sunday, be prepared for part 2. Of Glasgow Southside. So, in the next video, I'm going to talk about Southside of Glasgow. So, I'm going to talk about another parts of Southside of Glasgow. So, it's Darnley, Kilwardick, Priest Hill, Park House, Holmwood House, Canning Park, Nets Hill, Roughmussel, Plantation, Drummoy and Cessnock, Harlight, Kingston, Gorbals, Lauriston, Tradeston, St Andrews Cross, Atchison Town, Oatlands, Polmadie, Pollok Shed, Story, Grand, Stroud, Bango, Govan Hill, Crossmill, Southside, Central, Cross Hill, Hankside, Balfield, Queen's Park, Muirhead, Merley, Hangenshaw, Mount Florida, Newlands, Sims Hill, Cathcart, Kents Park, Cruftford, Castlemilk, Carmonok, and Cathin Breeze. So, next Sunday, I'm going to continue Southside, talking about Southside of Glasgow, right? These parts I mentioned now. So the new, let me share something with you is that And of course, I'm going to sum up another Celtic matches, some commentary, my views on that. Plus, I'm going to do some Celtic news, alright? But the new was the story behind Glasgow's neighbourhoods and how they got their names. Let me explain that. So, Anderston. What is that name for? Anderston, named after James Anderson of Stopcross, who laced out the land of weavers cottages in 1725, originally was called Anderstonton, Denniston. It comes to land once the estate owned by Jesse Denniston Esquire. Pollok. Poll comes to Gaelic Pollag, meaning pool or pit. Castlemilk. It's believed that to have been named after a Lanarkshire property of the Castleton, which became Castlemilk, by Lord Maxwell in late 16th century. Gorbals, various suggestions are made here at origin the name though. One of them could be related to Latin word garbale, sheaf. The other is a comes from a Lowland Scots word gorbal or garbal, meaning unfledged birth, reference lepers, not lepers hospital, which is located in the area in the 1350s. Drum Chapel, Gaelic, wretch of the horse. Torriglen. Torriglen is believed to come to Torriglen, which is a small farmhouse in the area of appeared first appeared in the maps 18th century. Partick was originally known as Perdick. We mentioned the area as back from mid 1100s. Old Celtic Cardonald sweet fruit. Well, dick could be translated as nice and beautiful. Kenning Park. Kenning could be linked to Old Scots or Kenning, Cunning, meaning a rabbit. Berlanark is believed to Cambric origin of bar, possibly relating to the Welsh beds, where a word to Lanark bear a Welsh Lanark, meaning clearing in the woods. Possibly the earliest mentioned area of grants the Bishop of Glasgow in 1242 referred as Possil, which could refer to place or rest on the use prior to reaching the city. Strathbango. Name is believed to have been original, the rest of the area of Strathmungo village, which is referred to Saint Mango. Ibrox. I also believe they have been named after Scots terms. Ibrox meaning the Badgers. Queen's Park, specifically Southside Park. So it's named after Mary Queen of Scots. That's what a battleflank site near area where the park is. Battlefield. Yeah, it takes name from the same battle mentioned above, which took place in 1568. Garscoop for a Gaelic for corn sheaves enclosure farmman. Langside Garskaden, alongside the Gaelic meaning long hill. Garskaden, possibly a Celtic for important fish market. Cross me loaf. This region a happy day across ma loaf. I mean the cross ma palm we loaf. Where a being loaf being the old Scots, what pound of hon. Govan, it's possible a Govan names were a Gaelic turns a blacksmith. Haven't been a place where artisans and smiths lived in the workshops. Which Govan to refer to artist smiths who prepared metal similar Celtic. Shelston, the origin of Shelston, Arniclair of Gaelic derivation, suggesting the release to the daughter of Sedna. Cathcart believed to be named after wood of the river Cart. Polmady, the Gaelic for pool, burn, or stream. There, Derdy, was the Gaelic used the rough grazing for cattle. Bishoprics, it comes as cost of bishoprics. There is a rebel strips a Lincoln to a Bishop of Glasgow. Yoker is referred to Yoker, meaning for a Gaelic, for low-lying grounds. Blahouston, for the Gaelic settlements. Crucifix believe was or not, it was once called Blahouston. Dalmarnock was Gaelic place name, meaning a half of Saint Erne of Ernock. Hillhead is named after a property called Hillhead House, which stood at top of steam above the River Kelvin. I'd shown him up in the late 18th century. Maryhill is after Mary Hill. Between 1730s, 1809, who inherited the Gerbreed estate for her father, Hugh Hill, Lord of Gerbreed. Carmunnock, possibly the Gaelic for Glen or Quarry of the Monk. Gocadens, Gaelic for a corner of the Hazels. Alright, so next time, as I mentioned, troops, I'm going to continue a wee gander around Glasgow Southside, alright? So next time, Southside of my Glasgow, part 2, your Glasgow Genuine, plus commentary of Celtic matches, as usual, plus some Celtic news. Alright, so, kisses for your Glasgow Genuine Celtic Dafty. Have a belter.